We are amazing places. There are no other environments quite like ours. We create places. We fill them with authentic artifacts, a variety of learning tools, incredible attention to design, rich scholarship, innovative technology, visitor amenities, trained educators. We assemble all of this to enrich the lives of those who walk into our places. We are master storytellers. We are among the few institutions where young and old alike can learn even side by side, and then they can return to over and over again to deepen that learning experience and to build on their first encounters with it. We are a place that can reinforce that learning bond within a family. We are bound by high standards of ethical responsibility. Think of those policies that we've adapted here. Promises to care for the artifacts of civilization itself, of a pact with the public to bring the authentic experience to the world to them as nobody else can do. We are a critical part of the learning and infrastructure of our communities. We offer the potential of landmark learning, to a great phrase, and I've forgotten, I think it was, I won't even try to remember who it was, but it is landmark learning. Everybody know what a landmark is? A place you go to, an experience that begins to change your thinking, that begins to point you in a new direction, that can be returned to. I, as a child, grew up going to the Cleveland Museum of Art every weekend for years. And there were a couple of paintings there that before I left those classes, I just had to go. I had to go check in. I had to look at that landmark in my own learning experience. Together, we are something of a knowledge commons. I love that idea. We could find that way to link that commons. We are a collection of ideas and artifacts with the true ability to build connections to any time and to any place. Holy cow. We are really, really something. Why aren't we speaking of this in stronger and more powerful language? Why aren't we sharing what we have more forcefully within the communities that we serve? I would say it's time that once you've identified your strengths, your mission, and put yourself into this set of assets, now it's really time to take that next step of change. So, looking at principle number 2, change requires that we recognize that our ultimate goal is to serve our public and to add value to their lives. It's not just about what we care about, it's what the public cares about. Museums exist because we serve, because all that we do should ultimately bring learning and value into the lives of our visitors and our communities. Here's where I think we are dealing with one of the greatest fundamental shifts in how we work. We need to be thinking about ourselves more as repositories, or less as repositories, as places that house, and more as resources. As thinking about the ideas, the objects and the ideas that are inherent in them, and how we put them to the service of people who are out there looking, seeking to learn. I've often talked about the fact that while I was at IMLS, I had to learn about libraries. I had to learn about them really fast. And what struck me a lot was terminology. How libraries refer to those who came to them as library users. And museums refer to those who come to us as museum visitors. When you think about the attitude implied in those two words, you know, the user comes on a quest that is usually personal. I go to the library because my 5th grader needs a book on ancient Greece. I go to the library because I missed an edition of an important journal that I want to look at. I go to the library to learn, what's the best way to research. My visit is driven by my need. And what does the library do but they facilitate my learning need? Now, we are very, very different places And I don't suggest we can be the same. But I think we have a lesson that we can think about here. What does a visitor do? A guest, I've heard the word guest. Well, I'm the host. I lay out the table for that guest. I might decide on the dinner, the arrangements, the exhibit, the information I'm going to share. And that visitor comes and drinks of my wisdom and my talents. And all of a sudden, we have a much more lopsided kind of relationship going on. We are living in an era where learning has changed. In the same way, I would go to the library. I'll go to my computer. I will be learner and teacher. I will put Google in what I'm looking for. I will then see what I find. I go through, scan across a bunch of things, hit something that looks great, read its bibliography, see if I can find that. I will plan my own route, my learning route, and I could be in a room where every one of us started with the same word, and I will doubt we would all end up with a different set of understandings and use of resources. We cannot accept or expect that our audience is going to come to us, our visitors, our users, and they're going to go through an exhibit that starts here with a master panel, move from right to left around the room, exit after they've gone on that route, through the gift shop, and be on their way. I don't think so. I think we are creating learners. I think we're going to see it more and more, who want to carve out their own route. They do anyway. I mean, really, if we think about it. You watch people for a while, and they usually start being, really very good visitors. Oh, yeah, I'll read that panel, that's good. But about 10 minutes into it, oh, wait, that looks like Grandma's rocking chair, or, hey, there's something really over here. See you later, I'm going to go check this. And we really do go on those routes. Why don't we make it easier for them? Why don't we offer a variety of alternatives? Why don't we tell them, there are 6 things in this room that you can travel or you can make up your own. We also know that people want to express their own opinion. I may find talk shows the worst thing in the whole world, but nonetheless, they are always busy. There's always a caller on the line. People want to ask questions. They want to express opinions. Sometimes they're deeply moved and they don't even know where to go with that huge emotional thing. They want to leave a note for someone. What do we do to encourage their interaction, their ideas? We have to think of our learners with a huge amount of respect. That if we respect that they come to us with a set of knowledge of their own experiences, that they come to us with their own learning styles, that they come to us because they figure we're a good place to go, that by respecting them, by showing them, giving them a variety of choices, giving them, I cannot understand why, at the end of every single exhibit, there isn't a great bibliography of books to take with you if you want to read more. Just the bibliography, just something that you've already told the library about, the library has handy. I don't understand why that isn't there, why we don't take that opportunity to connect the learning or the excitement that might just have taken place. Do we let it die when it goes out the door? Or do we give people tools to grow with? When we go online and we put our collections online, do we match the collections online to what we just explored in an exhibit? Do we say to see 5 more examples of this? Go look at our collections online. And while you're there, ask yourself these 3 questions. Do we go for children in our museums? Do we have activities online to follow up their experience in the museum? I'm not just talking about a crossword puzzle or, things that are traditional. Do we offer them an opportunity to ask us questions? Do we say, while you are here at Old Sturbridge Village, I have a challenge for you. If you have a camera with you, find something in which no hint of the 21st century is shown and send it to us. And if we think you're right and you've excluded all of that world and really focused in, we're going to post it on our website. You are going to be part of the learning experience that goes on here. These are the things that say we respect, and these are the things that we build on.